Yeah, hi everybody. Welcome back to my rugby league channel. Today I'm going to talk about the NRL Grand Final, which is on in a couple of days, Sunday the 5th of October at Acor Stadium. Of course, a sellout. Should be a cracking game. I just want to talk about, do a preview here, talk about some of the players and the impact they will have on the game, and also give you my tip at the end of it. So we'll talk about the spines first. Now, in this area, I think Melbourne have it over Brisbane. They got Pappenhausen at the back, quite electrifying fullback. They got Munster, who was absolutely brilliant in that the win over Cronulla in the prelim. Just he was everywhere. Typical Munster performance, just taking control of the game. And then Jerome Hughes, who was under a cloud but played a fine game. Harry Grant, of course, an outstanding hooker. So, very strong spine. Go to Brisbane, quite a good spine as well, but I'd give it to Melbourne. You got Reece Walsh, who's electrifying. His semi-final performance has been quite brilliant. You got Ben Hunt, Adam Reynolds, of course, veterans. You know, they've been around a long time, those players. And Corey Pakes at the hooker position. So you'd have to give it to Melbourne over in the spine there, that a bit stronger there. Now this all comes down to who plays well on the night a lot of the time. Team, you might think somebody has a better team, but it's all what happens on the night. So that's one thing you've got to look at. Now, as I said, I think the more Brisbane might have a bit more X factor, like if Reece Walsh has a big game, is unleashed, and I think that he needs to really have a big game for them for the Broncos to win this. I think he needs to be unleashed, and and Reynolds' kicking game is going to be very important. A strong kicking game. Well, Melbourne do too, but Reynolds especially, the kicking game must be good. I think up front, in the middle, I think Brisbane have the edge. I know Melbourne's got a good pack, but Stefano was was excellent in that last game. But Brisbane have the best front rower in the game, Payne Haas. Carrington's back after the suspension. That'll bolster them a bit. So in the pack, I slightly give it to Brisbane. So there's lots of things that come into this, how it's going to pan out. So that's the thing, and so that's that. I think Melbourne will try and utilise their tall wingers for those kicks. They're very tall wingers, very good catchers out on the wings for those kicks. They'll probably try and utilise those. I think. So I don't think there'll be much in this game, to tell you the truth. I don't think anyone's. You say that and somebody wins by a lot. That's how it usually happens. But I don't think there'll be much in it. I think Munster will have to have a good game for Melbourne for them to really have a shot at it. And as I said, Reece Walsh for Brisbane and Payne Haas. I think they're the two, as well as the halves, Reynolds and Hunt as well. But yeah, they're the main. They're the main to see how things go. You know, they're the main those guys will have to fire. My point is being, yeah. So so lots of things come into this game. I don't think Brisbane can let Melbourne get off to a start. Like, they've come back against Canberra and they've come back against Penrith, that great game against Penrith. I don't think I don't think you can keep doing that and expect to win all the time. They come down from a 16-point deficit against Canberra and a 14-point deficit against Penrith and won the game. I think Brisbane will try and with their back line. I think Brisbane will try and cut loose there. I think they'll they'll play a bit of expansive game. And I think Melbourne, I feel a more sort of a tighter group. They'll probably play them down the middle a bit. So it's be interesting how the game was played. But I got a feeling Brisbane will try and open the game up a bit. And and I think the referee Grant Atkins, he's got this thing for letting the game flow, which is very good. And he doesn't give many penalties like Ashley Klein does. So that'll help the flow of the game in Brisbane a lot. But when it comes down to it, before I give my tip, I'll just say whoever wins this game, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Melbourne and Brisbane. I think it's that close. Whoever wins, I wouldn't be surprised. In my heart, I like probably like to see Brisbane win it for Hunt, because he had that unfortunate thing in that grand final against the Cowboys when that made that error. So be good for him, a long time player to get a win, but and so on. But so that's that. I'm not really going for any team in this game, as I'm a South Sydney supporter. But if you want to know my tip, I just think I don't know. It's a very hard game to tip, actually. I might tip Melbourne in this, but not by that much. Probably 4 to 6 points. I'll go Melbourne by 4. I don't think there'll be much in it, but could go either way. But and for probably Munster to get the Clive Churchill, have a big game, I think. But yeah, I could be wrong. So that's just my little bit on the NRL Grand Final. I think Melbourne will probably just get them, but in a tight one, probably by about 4 points, as I said. So there you go, guys. How do you see it going? I'm not, as I said, I'm not barracking for anyone in this game. I just want to enjoy the game. Hope there's not any controversy where a team gets a bad call that costs them the game. That's the only problem. That's the problem in these sort of games. You know, you get a bad call, you lose the game. But I'm not very confident in my tip, but I have to make a decision. So I'll tip Melbourne by about 4 points, and Munster to have a big game, and Jerome Hughes to have a big game, I think. So there you have it. What do you think down below? Or do you tip Brisbane? As I said, I wouldn't be surprised who wins the game. I think it'll be a tight one. And there you have it. Who do you think will win this one? And who do you want to win, and all that sort of thing? Comment down below, guys. And see you again for the next video. Won't be too far away. Bye for now, guys. Bye.